G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing on this fine evening? Mate, it's so good that it's 8 PM and still sunny. It means if I have a busy ass day I can still do a motor vlog at the end. Whereas in winter, it's a little bit more annoying. First of all, thank you so much for the reception on the MT10 video. That was really well regarded, so I'm really happy. So if I get the chance to do more of those kind of videos, obviously I'm gonna do them. It's not one of those things that I'm not doing on purpose. It's that I literally can't do them unless someone offers me a bike to ride. I message the dealerships and they ghost me, the bastards, so unfortunately the dealerships aren't being any help. But we don't really have many independent dealerships in Melbourne that have got a good selection of bikes, unless you own one and you want me to ride bikes. There is one bloke who wants me to get involved, and if I get the chance to do that, I will, and you will see a video. But we have a video to make. And today's video topic is, when is it the right time to buy a motorcycle? So g'day ladies and gents, my name's Nathan. If you're new around here, do subscribe if you're enjoying everything, and of course leave a comment down below and I'll talk to you there as well, because why not? But ladies and gents, oh, there's a dead bird there. When is the best time to buy a motorcycle? Now I know, look, different parts of the world have different times you can legally get a motorcycle. Some places are 16. I think Italy's Vespa rules are pretty early as well. Australia, especially Victoria, I don't know about the other ones, but I think it's universal, is you have to be 18 to get your learners on the bike, and then you're restricted for at minimum of 3.5 years, 3.3, no Nathan, math ain't much wrong, 3 years and 3 months, okay, at the minimum, and that's if you do your license for your learners at the earliest stages. If you do, well then you get to have your full license by the time you're 22. Now, I for one am very happy I did not get my license at the age of 18, because I know what I was like at 18, okay? Now, this part of the question, if you should buy a bike, is sort of interesting. More so based on your own personal maturity levels, because some people are more mature than others, and that's just the fact. Oh, the golden hour sun is gorgeous, and that's, why am I in 6th gear? If you're a relatively mature individual, you could probably get away with getting a bike earlier. But if you're not, I don't recommend getting one. Now look, if you're not mature, you're not going to listen to me anyway. But if you have a little bit of sense about you, you'll know that if I'm right or wrong. And if you know you're a bit reckless by nature, you shouldn't get a bike, because in a car you crash. Look, if you hurt yourself in a car crash, you've crashed pretty badly. You don't have to crash hard to hurt yourself on a motorbike, dude. And that's why I'd say this more so. If you're not mature enough to ride a bike, you basically shouldn't touch one for a while. I didn't get my bike license until I was 21. That gave me 3 years of maturing from 18, and guess what? Boy, am I glad I did that, because I had a car crash when I was 19, and that kind of straightened me out in terms of how I was driving and riding. And obviously riding I only started a couple of years after that. But the point being is, I'm glad I had that crash in a car and not on a bike, because if I had the crash I had on a bike, I might not have made it, because going headfirst into a tree at 50-60 kilometers an hour, I don't care how good your helmet is, mate, you're probably not getting away from that one. So look, if you haven't got the maturity or the relative sense about you, and you're really reckless, you probably should stay away from a motorcycle for the time being. And the reason I say this, like, look, you can hurt yourself badly just by simply dropping the bike in the driveway. If you fall over and your bike lands on you, you can break a bone, or you could burn yourself pretty badly. And I feel like that's not something that's mentioned ever, but it's true. Like, literally, you could drop your bike in your driveway and get yourself some hella deep burns, and of course, also you could break a bone. And I don't know about you, but that's a bloody bad day, mate. So if you don't have that, maybe don't do it. Now look, if you're not sure about buying a bike, there's really no other bits and bobs about it. Like, if you can afford it and you're smart about it, you should. Don't get one just because all your friends are getting one, because that's a quick way to get reckless. You shouldn't really be doing group rides early anyway, until you're more comfortable on said machine, because you're more likely to do something stupid and hurt yourself. But the bottom line of the whole thing is really just that maturity debate. I couldn't really think of another one to tell you that overbeats that one. Because look, you can have the funding, or if you don't have the funding and you sort of take out a loan and get one, sure, you'll pay it back eventually. Okay, cool. You want to make videos? Cool, go for it. If you want to buy a leader bike, I suppose, don't. But also, guess what? That comes back down to that maturity level. So look, if you're really just a big man child, or woman child, I guess, if that's the correct term for the other side of the spectrum, maybe avoid hopping on the motorbikes, because you can hurt yourself pretty badly, and that's the last thing we want to see anybody doing. Let's see if we can't get to the front, but that's fine. When I started this video, I had like a few things to talk about, but now that I've said the first one out loud and sort of gotten into a debate about it, I really don't see any need to go into the other ones. and I can't even remember them anymore, because that's the real issue. There's too many idiots who buy motorbikes who are not mature enough to ride them. Now, alright, if you want me to go into a little bit more depth about it, if you get most of your riding enjoyment from watching dipshits on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Now, I'm not talking dickheads like myself. I'm talking the kind that are hitting muck Jesus at every possible area. They're weaving in and out of traffic. They're going as fast as they can, top speed runs. Guess what? You probably shouldn't ride a motorbike, because you're going to kill yourself. And that's the last thing we want to see anybody doing. Because remember, man, if you end up having a stack and it's an instantaneous good night for you, you're not the only one suffering, because, well, for one, it won't hurt you very much if you're instantaneously lights out, but it's everyone else that you're going to be, you know, leaving upsetty and spaghetti, and you don't want to give anybody the big sad. So just think about it, dude. It's not all sunshine and rainbows like the internet makes it out to be. All right, now I've hammered out the main ones, let's talk about what kind of... Oh, is that an EB GT? That thing's bloody wicked. Oh, that thing is so gorgeous. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of riding are you doing anyway? Because look, the different kind of riding will dictate if it's worth getting a bike. If you're commuting all the time and you want to save some petrol, guess what? Getting a small little bike is probably the good move. Get yourself a little R3 or an MT-07 or Ninja 650 or 400 or whatever the hell you want. Guess what? Traffic gets deleted riding motorbikes, and you should absolutely go on if that's your major gripe with it. If you just want to get into a new hobby and you're looking to go for something to do on the weekends, guess what? A motorcycle is a great thing to get into, because going through the twisties and everything is also a wonderful experience that really helps you find something to get out of your system and sort of get your stress out. And you don't have to be going fast to enjoy it. You can do what I'm doing right now, just following the speed limit, cruising around. And guess what? It's infinitely better than driving a car. When you're just cruising around a motorcycle, oh, I was going to turn right there, but the lights changed. That's all right. Cruising around on a motorbike infinitely beats traffic, because it's just, you feel the wind on you, you feel that lovely breeze as you're going, you hear all the winds, you smell all the smells, you drive past an old school car, you smell that lovely petrol, you smell the roadkill in the bloody mountains, of course, but also you smell the freshness. And one of my favorite things to do is riding through the mountains when you're on like a sort of colder day when it's a little bit misty, and you can just smell everything, and oh, it is gorgeous to the nostrils, and I love it. Bloody sound like a pub fiend on a Friday night. If you know, you know. Jesus Christ, nearly dropped my bike from laughing too hard. Oh, dude. This one's sort of based into the hobby one. But look, this one only works if you're not really introverted, okay? And that is, one thing motorcycles do breed is a group, okay? You make a community. You go, there's bike rides, there's bike meets. Now, if you're new to riding, I probably would avoid the bike rides with groups. I'd just go to the group meet. It's a great place to start. And then as you get more confident, look at that sunset, dude. Oh, it's like a bomb going off. Rollerama. Woohoo. Dude, just go to some of the bike nights and you get to look at all the other bikes. It's like going to a car show that happens all the time. And if you get really into your motorcycles, well, then you're just going to be happy, because you're going to be seeing every kind of motorbike that you're interested in, not just sports bikes, not just your naked bikes, cruiser bikes, etc., etc. What happens at these meets is you meet every kind of person and every kind of motorcycle. So if you're really into your vehicles, guess what? You're going to have an absolute ball doing stuff like that. If you're less introverted and you're more out there, you can actually start making some friends that you can end up going on rides with. And guess what? You can meet some of your best friends doing such things. I met a guy and he met his missus there, so you might get lucky in that regard too. But dude, sometimes just the community aspect of things makes it all worth doing. Like, why do people like multiplayer gaming? How many of you blokes met mates and made friends playing the old school shooter games back in the day? So like, you saw the guy at the Super in the last video. Like I said, I met him playing Black Ops 2, and now I've met a few blokes at the bike nights that I've ended up talking to every single time I see them, because, well, I've just made friends with them, because why not? If I've got the chance to do it, why wouldn't I? Oh. Oh. You know, if you're under a bridge, you have to do it. Oh, dude. I'm loving it, alright? Now, knowing me, obviously I'm a big fucking talker, because look at me, I'm doing YouTube videos, so obviously I'm out there when it comes to talking. Then again, a lot of YouTubers are introverted, so fair enough. But I love the community. I go out and I talk to everybody I can talk to at these bike meets, and it's one of the best experiences I can tell you from the bike ride. So if you're interested in getting into the motorcycling for that reason, there's no counter argument I can give you that's against that, because if you just want to get out there, make some friends, get invested in a community that's interested in similar interests, maybe then you should get a motorbike, dude. So fundamentally, like I said, if you're too immature and reckless, you shouldn't ride. If you can't help but speed everywhere, you shouldn't ride. If or pop wheelies, guess what? Yeah, look, as the coin term says, there's old riders and bold riders, but not many old bold riders, and there's a reason for that. It's because they don't bloody make it the distance, all right? If you want to commute, get away from traffic, guess what? A motorcycle's probably up there on your list. If you want a sense of new hobby, get in there. Motorcycles are one of the best hobbies you can get into because it gets you out of the house. You get a bit of sunshine if you're riding without gear, which you shouldn't be doing, but hey man, don't do as I do, do as I say scenario. You get out and breathe fresh air. Like, it's better than sitting on your computer all the time playing games or just sitting at home doing nothing. So getting on the motorcycle gives you something to do, and you don't have to go fast to enjoy it. You can enjoy them doing slow, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't care what anybody says, you don't have to buy a fast bike to enjoy yourself. Not a man's bike. You can enjoy yourself with a little 250, mate. I tell you what, one of the best bikes I've ever ridden was that old CBR 250. Is it fast? God no. It is the furthest thing from a rocket, but it is a grand time. Oh, I love it. And of course, last but not least, if you're just looking for a community and you want to get out there and meet some people, it's going to require a little bit of effort on your part. It's not just a given just because you're part of the community that you get friends. But if you are more talkative, guess what? You can make some friends, absolutely. And you might even make some lifelong friends, because guess what? That's just how humans are. We look for communities and such. Oh, it's cooling down finally. It's been so hot today, and I'm so happy because it was like 37 degrees or something today. I had to take my girlfriend out for her birthday. I made her a cake and everything. Oh, if you've ever played the game Touch Detective, I made the sweet dream cake. Now, I assure you most of you probably won't know what that is, but if you do know, I made that very cake, and it was a pain in my ass, because I am no cake maker. But it looked good. I was very happy with myself. Oh, we're going to get stuck at every set of lights, aren't we, on this ride? Oh, baby. I'll tell you what's really funny. In that video with the MT-10, I did really not use the quick shifter, even though I thought about it, because my brain instinctively does that, you know, that when I shift, cut the throttle, so I'm not quite experiencing the quick shifter the way I should, and it bothers me. I watched the video back and I had to cut out a whole section because I just looked like an absolute idiot, to the point where even as a content he would have just slapped your face and be like, Jesus Christ, Nathan, what are you doing? And that's mainly because I have no idea how to use a quick shifter. Besides, I know you just meant to accelerate and shift. Like, it's like power shifting, but the bike cuts the throttle for you. And that is just foreign to me, so of course I didn't do it properly. I think I did it once, but it's just foreign. It feels wrong. Everything about it feels wrong. It's like just going... But see how my arm still twitched? As opposed to going, I can't even do it, because when the bike's accelerating you can't shift, but you know what I mean? Oh, it feels weird, dude. It feels weird. It's not for me. Yet. I'm sure the more you use it, the more you're going to end up liking it, but I for sure feel all kinds of wrong using a quick shifter, and that's just how I feel about it, man. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, but I don't use the shifter all the time, as in the clutch all the time anyway, because if you ride bikes enough anyway, you know you can just shift. You don't need to worry about your bloody clutch all that much, and it's, if you don't, well, you just haven't done it enough, because you just got to know how to do it. Oh, hello, Flish Flash. Alright, sure, you don't have to. Oh, the day is getting to the end, and this video is getting finished. But ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you've been enjoying the content lately. I don't know how I'm going to go over the next few days, because it's going to be pissing down with rain. I will do my best to keep this daily grind going, because I am enjoying having something to do, and everybody else who's been watching seems to be enjoying it also. So thank you all for sticking around and commenting and telling me what's good and that. So I'm happy that you're all, and I hope you're all enjoying too. Did I repeat myself a little bit? Possibly. Do I care? Maybe. But I'm going to go fill up my bike now, and I'm going to leave you to it. So take it easy, keep it cheesy. Thank you all so much for sticking around. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and bye. Peace.